I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for your loss. We don't know. Let's find out. A beloved book, what is it called? Author. Oh, I am so excited for today's video. So if you've been watching my last few videos, I've been doing some unhauls, so make sure I will link them down below. Check them out first. I wanted to unhaul as many books as I am about to haul, and I don't know if you can tell how big this stack is, but it's bigger than it looks, because like, oh, that's not even all of it. And it's all the books here. There's some books down here. There's a lot of books. So there are a lot of books to cover in today's video, so I'm briefly going to talk about each of them. I'm not going to summarize too many things because I don't like knowing the summary of books before going into them. I just like to know like a little inkling. But yeah, and I'll read the first sentence of every book. I'm very, very excited. I feel like after unhauling books from my shelves, I am ready to dive into all of these books. Let's get into it. Oh, and hello. I'm Jessica Nicole Dickerson, aka JD, and welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, hey, hi, I'm glad you found my channel. Maybe you want to stick around, I don't know if you like it here. Very first book I have here is Fire in the Streets. This is the same author who wrote How It Went Down, Light It Up, and I really enjoyed a novel that no one speaks about, The Rock and the River. So this is a companion novel to this. I'm assuming we're going to be following the girl story. So this is a book series that is about a boy whose dad works in the civil rights movement. And by the way, it's 1968 Chicago. So civil rights movement. His dad helps the organization, and his brother was a Black Panther. So as you can maybe discern, it's a little messy, and I loved it. It was really enjoyable. I think she is one of my like favorite authors, possibly. I've only read 2 of her books, but I loved both of them. She has such an interesting take on current events, political intrigue. So I will read you the first sentence. Chapter 1. Bad things happen in the heat, they say. We don't know, let's find out. Next, we have a sequel, so I won't be reading the first sentence, but this is Crown of Thunder by Tochi Amabochi. This is a sequel to Beast Made of Night, which I loved. I really need to reread it and continue on. It's a duology, and I just really enjoyed the first one. In this world, the royalty, when they sin, they have these certain people who eat sins, and for every sin they eat, they kind of get tattooed with it. They're kind of looked down upon because of they're carrying other people's sins. It's not an honorable job, but they have to do it because if their royalty, the people who govern the land, start to sin too much, bad things happen. So, and bad things do happen in this book. It gets crazy. Next, another series, so I'm not going to be reading the first sentence, but it is Blood Witch by Susan Dennard. I have been doing the Witchland readathons, and yeah, I'm behind. You didn't need to know, but I am. This is a world where people can have magical abilities. The main 2 girls we follow is one that's a truth witch, so she can discern whether or not people are saying the truth, and she's very valuable, especially for like politics and things like that, see who's lying, you know, assassinate some people. And then the other girl is a thread witch, and she can like determine people's feelings. So yeah, lots of powers and things like that. It's very interesting. I'm liking it, but not loving it as much as people said it, because Truth Witch was like a 3-star, so we'll see. I'm hoping it progressively gets better. That's why I got this one. Discounted, may I add. It was like $5 hardcover. You know I'm all for a discount. The next book is Pachinko by Min-Jin Lee. So I don't know too much about this story besides that I know it is about a generational kind of family who's either, I think they're living in Korea. It's placed in the 1900s. I know we're gonna follow a lot of different people. I don't know too much. I don't want to know too much before going in, but I will read you the first sentence. I also am like 25 pages into it if you watched my Asian readathon vlog. I failed at reading this book, but you know I tried, and that's what counts. At least that's what I'm telling myself. First sentence is, history has failed us. Her writing is really top tier. Next, we have a few arcs that I'm so excited for, so stay tuned for vlogs for these. We have The Taking of Jake Livingstone, so I know this is a book about a queer boy who sees ghosts. If you're not sold on this book, I don't know how you aren't, but I am. I'm here for it. Let's get to the first sentence. I'd hate to be the kid who died in PE class. That's so funny. And he did sign it. I'm very grateful. I messaged him on Twitter and he sent it to me, and I'm so grateful, and I'm very much looking forward to reading his book. It does come out in July. So very soon. The next arc I won on Twitter, and that is Where the Rhythm Takes You by Sarah Das. I believe this is a kind of second chance romance, yeah, second chances, where a girl who just graduated from high school is working at a job, and a guy who kind of abandoned her comes back and they rekindle their love. And it also takes place in Trinidad, if I am correct. It definitely takes place in the Caribbean. The first sentence is, when I was younger, the holidays promised freedom. No school, no early mornings, da 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 da. It's gonna be so cute and I can't wait. Moving on to the next arc, and you might have seen this if you follow me on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me on my Instagram. And it comes in this cool kind of thingy, PR thingy. It's just pretty. It has fun facts about the book inside. If I can open it without ripping it. Fun! But yeah, I'm gonna keep the case on it because it's gorgeous. But the book is Beast of Prey by Ayana Gray. The first sentence is, Baba says only wicked things happen after midnight, but I know better. Oh, I believe this is the last arc that I have, and I am so excited for this, and it is Redempture by Jordan E. Fuko. So this is a sequel to Raybearer, which is possibly one of my favorite books of last year. Last year was messy, so I didn't really do a favorite books because I didn't really have any, because I was, you know, emotional turmoil, you know, world and chaos. There were bigger things to think about. But I'm so excited for this book. I do realize that this second one is shorter, so I'm a little upset because, you know, we don't want that, you know, middle book syndrome, yada yada. But this is a sequel, so I won't be reading the first sentence. But check out Raybearer if you haven't. And what is my hair doing? Eee. We have another sequel, and that is The Serpent's Curse by Lisa Maxwell. I've been buddy reading this series with some girls on Twitter, and it's so amazing. One of my literally favorite series. The Last Magician is the first installment. Basically, it's a story about a girl who lives in a magical world. So this is an urban fantasy based in our reality for the most part, with a little sprinkle, a little dash of magic. So a girl in our present time has the ability to time travel. She goes back in time to collect some artifacts to try and save the world, and she needs to stop the magician from effing up the future. Does she succeed? We don't know. The third installment's here, and I'm so excited because look how thick this book is. It's gonna be exciting. Another ginormous book is Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. I am a Red Queen stan. If you're not, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for your loss. I just love it. It's just my jam. It's one of the first YA fantasy books that I read. I love a like love triangle, a morally gray villain. I love Evangeline. She can fucking stab a hoe in the freaking face, and it's great. I love it. But I'm really excited to check out this new series. Really don't know what it's about besides that there is a badass protagonist who's a female. Let's check out the first sentence. Prologue. No mortal alive had ever seen a spindle. What the fuck's a spindle? I'm really excited. I love me some big fantasy, and this map is so detailed, so gorgeous. I stand. That was literally one stack. I have so many other books to show you. Another new release that I got was Off the Record by Cameron Garrett. This was solely to support Cameron Garrett because I loved, full disclosure, her first debut novel. This book, I believe, is about a girl who is a writer, and she ends up writing for, like, she's in high school, but she gets like an internship to write for like a celebrity magazine, and things go awry. I'm very, very excited to read this. And the first thing in this book is a little text bubble at Josie the journalist. Help, I forgot how to write, which is just so accurate. I feel like writers are going to really appreciate this book. And the first sentence is, I've rewritten the same sentence 5 different times. Check it out. And this cover, it's everything. Everything. So we have Front Desk by Kelly Yang. I really wanted to read this. It's Gavin's favorite book from How to Train Your Gavin. Also, my mom really enjoyed it, and I just wanted to support Kelly Yang because she's one of those authors that, like, I follow on Twitter and really enjoy what she shares. She seems so open, and I know during the beginning of the pandemic she was doing like live readings of her book, and she got a lot of hate for it from people because she's Asian, which is so racist. So I had to support her. I really did, because I just feel like someone who is kind enough to give chunks of their book away for free for people's entertainment during a really difficult time like a global pandemic deserves more love and praise. So I'm going to give her that. I also really want to check out Parachutes, which is her YA debut. Like, it's a YA contemporary, and I know it has to do with like the college scandal. Really want to get that book. I will do that eventually. Next book we have here, I've actually read. It was mentioned in one of my last vlogs. Literally a new favorite 5-star. It's a very complicated story, so I won't try and summarize it, besides the fact that it talks a lot about Japanese internment camps, and CJ, who works at a flower shop. Her history of her family owning the flower shop deals with a lot of the internment camp issues, but she is figuring out love and friendship. This book talks about so many different facets, and let me read you the first page. Oh, did I say the book cover is, yeah, the book is called This Time Will Be Different. I don't know if I said that. Oops. Chapter 1. Hannah calls it a state of becoming, but most people would just call it chaos. New favorite book, please pick it up. Oh my god, so underrated. Please. The next couple of books were actually sent to me, which I'm very grateful for, and that is the, what's this trilogy called again? Shoot, not the Geekerella series, it's called something. The Once Upon a Con series. So all 3 books deal with cons, like book cons or like comic cons, you know what I mean. So we have lots of nerds. I already started reading Geekerella and actually really love it. It reminds me of those Cinderella retellings that we used to have all the time. ABC Family, I think, did them. It just seems really fun, really quirky. I'm really enjoying it. The first sentence is, the step monster is at it again. I'm really excited to keep reading this. I feel like this is just one of those books that you accidentally breeze through, because I literally picked it up and next thing you know I was 80 pages deep into this book and I was like laughing and having a good time. Next we have Sarah Hassan Is Here, another book that I actually read already in my Asian Readathon blog. So this is about a girl who is actually an immigrant. She immigrated when she was 3 with her parents. Her parents wanted to give her her best shot at life, and now she's in high school. Her parents have had a visa, but they're struggling to get their green card, so they're trying to keep everything on the down low, stay out of trouble with the police, so that way nothing goes awry. But there is a lot of racism that happens around her, and that causes a lot of issues for them even trying to get their green card, which sucks, because it's like you can be a really well-behaved person, but people's bigotry towards you because of their beliefs can impact you being able to stay in your country. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But he's a doctor, he works, like, they're educated, well-informed humans, they're good people. I also really love that the main character is bi, and this Sabina Khan also wrote The Love and Lives of Roxana Ali, which I know popped off for a hot second on BookTube, but we need to keep popping her off because I really love how Sabina Khan's books just talk about real life and hard-hitting things in such a good and like gut-wrenching way. Gut-wrenching? Gut-wrenching is I think the word I was trying to say, but I don't know if that makes even any more sense. Okay, moving on. Then I have The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. I loved Somewhere Only We Know, so I had to get more of her books. I actually got another book of hers. I believe in a thing called love, so I'm really excited to read these. I know this is about a girl who uses K-pop to help her get a boyfriend. Let me read the first sentence for you. When I was 7, I thought I moved a pencil with my mind. I think Maureen Gu is just going to be a very fun author to follow and read all her content, because she just, her writing just seems so filled with joy and love. All the things I need to feel right now, especially while summer approaches. The Way You Make Me Feel, I actually don't really know what it's about, but the first sentence is, this paper plane was near perfect. This next book I'm hyped for because it was all the rage when it first came out, and this author a lot of people love, and it's Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. And I believe one of the characters, the guy, he works at a bodega, and the girl is like a big celebrity or something like that. And there's love and there's romance. That's all you really need to know. First sentence is, I don't care what any of the assholes I live with tell you. I don't work at a bodega. It's a health food store. The writing for that is just so fun. I love it. I can't wait to read it. The next book we have is Root Magic by Eden Royce. I am hyped for this. Also one of Gavin's favorite books. Boom. Also the Brown Girl Book Club pick. Make sure to follow us on the Twitter account or in the Discord if you want to stay in the know-how. Live show will be June 5th. I might be uploading this haul after, so you can watch the playback, but make sure you follow the Twitter so you don't miss any updates. The first sentence is, when Gullah people die, babies in the family get passed over the coffin so the dead person won't come back from the beyond to take them away. This book is gonna be a little spooky. I'm really excited for it. I also apologize if I didn't say that right. G-U-L-L-A-H. Gullah? I might be saying it wrong. I need an audiobook so that way I can like listen to the vernacular and say it correctly, because I want to. I really hope so. Next we have Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. So this I personally just bought because I have been told that this is a really good memoir. So I'm so excited. I know he has done so much just for the world. His way of speaking is just super inspirational, so I would love to learn more in detail about his life and what he's done. But also I'm like, this book is massive. It's like over 600 pages. I was not expecting this. I was kind of expecting like a cute little memoir, and then this came and I was like, whoa, there's pictures and stuff too of all the things he did in his youth. Really, really cool. Okay, now I'm finally moving on to these stacks, so let's go over here. The next book is A Match Made in Mahindi. I think this is just going to be a fun book about a girl who is in a family of matchmakers. First sentence is, matching furniture is like matching couples. I'll have to disagree, but I can't wait to read this. I think it's going to be really, really just a fun time. I know Chanel from Chanel Time really enjoys this book. She mentions it a lot on her Instagram, so I can't wait to dive in. The next book we have is As Many Nows as I Can Get. Yes, this, first of all, is a stunning freaking book, but it's just about two people after high school decide to explore their love for each other. Sounds mushy, sounds romantic, is my vibe. The first chapter is 10 months ago, early August. I want to feel everything. What it's like to be that heroine, or those clouds, or jump off a bridge. David's eyes were steady on the birds as he pointed upriver to where the old metal bridge glinted in the late afternoon sun. Oh, I feel like the writing is also going to be really pretty, really whimsical. Can't wait. This book is stunning and so talked about. So it is Flora. I would say it Flora, but I don't know if that's incorrect because I feel like I'm adding an L, like saying a flower instead of this name. My bad. My pronunciation is not good, sis. It's just not good. We're gonna ignore it. But I know it was like the Reese Witherspoon's book club pick. And I also know one of my booktube friends, she really, really enjoyed it. It's one of her favorite books of last year. This book is all about a girl who wants to be a professional soccer player. Her brother already is one, but her family doesn't support her being one because, you know, she's a girl. So that's unacceptable, I guess. First sentence, lies have short legs. Okay. Okay, sis. I also got this new release, which I'm hyped for. Look, I used a different word than exciting. Good on me, right? Okay, Counting Down with You. Supposed to be a cute romance with fake dating. And she's supposed to fake date the popular guy for 28 days for I don't know why, but like, that's the thing. And I assume they end up liking each other. T-minus 28 days. Airports are the true chaotic evil. I agree. They're just messy for no reason. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there, yeah. Next we have This Is All Your Fault. And I know this is about a small local bookstore that is closing, and the young staff are freaking out because they're like, hell no. No, no, no. Unacceptable. I wonder if this book talks about gentrification and things like that. I really hope so. Eli had never been certain of much. That's the first sentence. I want more of these first sentences. Gosh darn it. This next book is Not So Pure and Simple. So this is about a guy who goes to like church camp, and I don't think he's super religious, but ends up taking a purity, like, what's it called when you like take a purity ring or like take the pledge to be pure. But he's also going to this church camp because he likes a girl. So it's going to be a messy time, basically, is what this story means. But hopefully it's really fun, very engaging. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been on my list forever, and I've got a lot of these books discounted, by the way. Only the like new releases were kind of expensive, but I wanted to support the author, so don't judge me. First sentence, Pastor Newman's rules for First Missionary House of the Lord were simple. Were they now? Okay, we're almost there. Short stack left. I really don't know if I mentioned in my last haul A Little Life. I think I did, because I think I got it from Book Depository, but yeah, Little Life. Gonna read it soon. You're gonna see that vlog very soon. Next week, maybe? I hope. And the last two books I will briefly mention is I got A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I know people are talking about her currently and how she hasn't made any statements yet for Palestine and things like that. And her statements from years ago, she's supporting Israel. So a lot of people are like, okay, I'm not going to publicly talk about her anymore. I am deciding whether or not to do the same. I was kind of excited to do a video about this and reading it with you guys because I know this is such a booktube staple, the same way A Little Life is. And I haven't read Throne of Glass either, and it's upsetting because Crescent City touched me in such a way that I'm so excited for. So I think I'm deciding to kind of read her books privately and enjoy them privately. And I may bring them up here or there, but I'm not going to try and promote them too much. Instead, check out my description box below where I have linked a bunch of organizations. Consider supporting or donating to those. Yeah, because Sarah J. Maas is like a bestseller. She does not need any more promotion from me. She'll be fine. Her livelihood is fine. She's good. I hope she comes out with a statement. I would just say to please educate yourself. Create your own views based on what's happening. And yeah, last book we have here is Loveless by Alice Oseman. This is my first Alice Oseman book. I'm very excited for it. She's apparently a beloved book, what are they called? Author. She's a beloved author is what I meant to say. So I'm very much looking forward to tackling some of her books. This one has ace representation, which is so cool because I'm asexual, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this. I'm also going to be reading this for the Crusty book club that Chanel runs. I mentioned her earlier. So the first chapter, Last Chance. There were literally 3 separate couples sitting around the fire making out, like some sort of organized kissing orgy, and half of me was like, ew, and the other half was like, wow, I sure wish that was me. That's so accurate to how I feel about romance. It's like half of me is disgusted by like physical intimacy and the other half is like, well, I think it might be fun. Oh, the confusion. Such a funny time. But yeah, those are all the books. Wow, there's so many. So much book content to be had in the next few months. I won't be hauling anything hopefully for the next few months unless I somehow fall into money, which, you know, I can dream. But until then, I will be controlling my urges and not buying anything new unless someone sends it to me or I pre-ordered it. I think the only other pre-order I have coming this year is Ace of Spades because I just had to. It just sounds so interesting and I had to support the author. So, but yeah, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up so I know what kind of content you like. Let me know. Give me a comment down below. Also, comment down below this so I know you were the real MVP and you made it to the end of this video. Yeah, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. You can also support me even further and get even more content if you check out my Patreon. My goal is to reach 25 Patreons so that way we can start our own little buddy read together and do live shows together just special for them for supporting me and all that stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, if not, I just hope this video gave you a little bit more sunshine and I will see you in the next one.